So here's a question. Can the brain receive these danger signals and not make pain? The answer is yes. Why? Well, if the threat is considered minimal by the brain. So if you ever found yourself, you switched off the light switch in a room, or you switched it on, and you saw all this blood on the switch. Or maybe you saw a bruise on your body, and you're thinking, when did I hurt myself, or when did I get injured here? Same thing with the bloody light switch. You don't even remember cutting yourself. So in those scenarios with the bruise and the bloody finger there, danger signals were sent up to the brain. But the brain made a calculation and said, this tissue damage, if you will, is not important enough for me to make pain. So if the threat to you is minimal, the brain can receive these danger signals and not make pain. Now there's another situation where the brain can receive danger signals that something might be happening to your tissue and still not make pain. And that's if there's an even greater threat to you than the injured tissue. So let's look at one injury, an ankle sprain, in two different situations or two different environments. First, you're playing soccer with friends. You're playing some kind of sport with friends, and you twist your ankle. You sprain your ankle in a typical ankle sprain. Your ankle sends signaling to the brain. Enough of the sensors went off, the danger sensors went off. The brain gets this overload of signaling. So if your ankle normally sends 100 signals, let's say, you just gave it 100,000 danger signals. So the brain is getting a sense, okay, something may not be right here. It takes in the information from the environment. Okay, he's playing sports, she's playing sports with friends. It's a safe environment. Now the brain has to make a decision. Injured ankle. If you keep playing on it, you're going to injure it worse. It'll take longer. The threat to you is if you keep playing, you're going to have more damage. The brain decides, most likely, I'm going to stop you so that you can get help. And I'm going to stop you with pain. Now, let's take that same injury, an ankle sprain, but this time you're running from a lion. So you're running from a roaring, hungry lion. You twist your ankle, let's say in the exact same manner that you did when you were playing soccer. The same signaling goes from the ankle. Danger signals go up to the brain. The brain looks to the environment and says, okay, this is different than soccer. Here you're running from a lion. I have to decide, is the threat to my ankle bigger than the threat from the lion? The brain will most likely decide, the lion's going to kill me if I stop running to protect the ankle. So the brain decides, most likely, I am not going to make pain right now at your ankle. I'm going to let you run. Essentially, I'll sacrifice the ankle because if I stop you for the ankle, I might kill you with the lion. Now, often it's been said that, oh, this is probably adrenaline kicking in, right? Yes and no. Adrenaline is kicking in to survive, but adrenaline merely distracts us. It's not a painkiller. Because in that lion example, once the situation is safe, the lion's been neutralized, you will most likely feel pain in that ankle because the brain will say, okay, now the threat to you is not the lion because it's been neutralized. Now I need you to get help for that ankle.